Hi, my name is Jay Prasanna, and I'm really pleased to be here to show some of the new things about Endeavor, why we have to use Endeavor, and how to use Endeavor. Before going further, I declare that this video does not contain any confidential data and does not contain any copyright images or sound. So, what is Endeavor? This is a standard definition about Endeavor, and it's a well-known version control tool used worldwide, and using this tool we are going to monitor our application development process. So why we have to use Endeavor as a version control tool? What is the advantage? Using Endeavor we can track what kind of changes have been made to copybooks, JCLs, programs, etc. And we can track when they have been modified, by whom it was modified, who approved those changes, and what is the reason for making those changes. We can track all kind of changes using Endeavor. So let me take you one example and explain what kind of actions we are going to do in Endeavor. For example, we have a ticket saying that we have some bug in the production, and users raised one trouble ticket or help desk, and they have asked us to resolve that. So to resolve that, first we will analyze that, and we'll retrieve that element, we'll retrieve that program, and we'll make some modification. Then we'll move that changes to development. In the sense, we'll test that, and then if everything is fine, then we'll move to qual so that the users can test. And if they felt that all the those changes are resolving that bug, then they are going to move the changes to the production. So we call in Endeavor we use some terms. So copying an element from prod to our local copy, we say retrieve. So adding any program to Endeavor, we say add, and moving one program to one region to another region, we say it's a move, and like it's the same thing. So using Endeavor, so how we are going to achieve all these things, I'll explain you within a moment. And before going to that, we have a notation in Endeavor. We call all the programs, JCLs, procs, control cards, we denote them as an element. So we have to remember that either it can be a program, JCL, proc, you call it as an element. This is the primary option menu. So as soon as you log into Endeavor, this is the first screen you are going to see that, and these are the options we have. And basically you are going to use option 2, option 3, option 5 and option 6 regularly, and sometimes option 1 as well. So first let me explain about the usage of Endeavor and usage of option 2 and option 3, why we have to use those options, and then I will take you through the option 5 and option 6. Okay, before going to that, option 2 and option 3 almost perform same kind of action, but it has a little bit of different process between foreground and batch. We'll suggest to use the foreground when you are dealing with few components. Go for foregrounds. Whether you are dealing with number of components, then it will be preferable to use batch. And what is the difference of process, then I will show you within a moment. First let me explain what are the actions we are going to use under foreground. To select that, select option 2 to go to the foreground, and these are the actions we are going to use under foreground and batch. We can retrieve an element, we can add, we can delete, we can sign in, print, move. These are the basic options we can use under foreground and batch. Okay, first go to the option 2. To go to the option 2, select option 2 and then hit enter. It will take you to the option 2, and under foreground we have these are the options available under foreground. So first let me explain about retrieve option. To go to retrieve, select 3 in the option and hit enter. It will take you to the another menu, that is retrieve menu. So here is a retrieve menu. Using retrieve you can copy an element either from test, qual or from pro to your local copy. So here it will mention from endeavor to your local copy. So you are going to mention where that element is resides. For example, I want to copy a COBOL program which is residing in production environment. So environment will let you know about where exactly you are going to retrieve. This will tell you, okay, I am in test environment. If it is from QA2, then it will be a qual environment. If I put PRD, then it's a production environment. And system, you are going to mention that. These are all predetermined by your endeavor administrator. If you don't know all these information, you can find using option 1, that is display option. You can find using option 1. You will get all this information, and element is nothing but the program name. So I am going to mention the program name which I want to retrieve to my local library, and the type will let you know about whether it is a COBOL program or it is a copybook. Then I will mention it is as a copybook. If it is a JCL, then mention JCL. Stage will tell you, okay, in which stage, whether you are in test or qual or production. You can mention some comments about why you are retrieving that element to your local library. You can mention some comments, and here you are going to mention your local library, local PDS name or sequential data name. After that, if you put R and enter, you will get whatever the program name you are looking for from production to your local copy. But before that, there are some more options which are important that you have to know that. CCID is nothing, will let you know, okay, for example, I am working for under one trouble ticket. So I am going to retrieve that element because I am working under that trouble ticket. So this CCID will let you know, okay, for help desk ticket I am using this one, for this SR I am going to use this one. And sign out element equal to Y. This is one of the important option you have to know. So for example, sign out element Y will give you, if you put Y, then it will give you exclusive control to that program, so that no other person can modify that program. So you will be having the exclusive control, so you can only modify that program. You can again move that to the endeavor up to the production. So if the other persons wants a copy, then they can put Y and they can take the copy of that one. But unless and until if they haven't retrieved an element with sign out option equal to Y, then their changes cannot put back to endeavor. So always if you mention sign out equal to Y, then you will be having the exclusive control over that element. That is one of the important options, so that it will avoid losing any data. For example, okay, I have retrieved this element and your colleague also retrieved the same element, and before you move some of the changes, he already moved, but whatever the program you have taken from the production, that does not contain his changes, so you are going to lose some of the changes. This option will avoid those kind of situations. So always use sign out element equal to Y to avoid those conflicts, and the remaining options let it be as it is. And okay, in the command option prompt, use R and hit enter, then whatever the element you have mentioned here, it will be in your local data set. So the next option in foreground option menu is add and update. To go to add and update menu, select option 2 and hit enter, then it will take you to the another screen, that is add element screen. Using add element screen, you are going to add an element from your local library to Endeavor. The name here you can see, you can observe from ISPF library, from your local library to Endeavor. While retrieving, it says from Endeavor to Endeavor, to add from your local library to Endeavor. So the same way you have to mention here, you will mention where the program is residing, the PDS or sequential data set, and where you want to keep that you are going to mention. But here one thing you have to observe is, while adding an element from your local library, you can only add to test region. You can't directly add to qual, or you can't directly add to prod. It will allow you to add only to one of the stage, that is testing stage only. You can't directly add to any other stages. So it will directly take you to this one. So you're going to mention everything here, and to add from your local library to Endeavor test region, you have to put option A. You have to select option A, then hit enter. It will take you to the it will take the local, whatever the copy you are having in your local library, and it will put into the Endeavor. And there are some of the important options you have to know while adding an element. Generate element equal to y. This will what is generate element? So for example, you have made some changes. If you made some changes to the program, then you have to compile. Then only the load module will create with the new changes. This generate element will tell you, okay, I am going to compile that. Override sign out equal to 1. This always keep that it should be n. This is must, you have to put. If you change this option, then there is a possibility that another person can override your changes and you may lose your changes. So always prefer override sign out is equal to n. And what is processor group? Okay, I have made some changes to one of my online program. Then I have to compile. If you want to compile, then for online program, if it is a CSS DB2 program, then you will be having different compiler. If it is only batch program, then you will be having different compiler for batch program. If it is only CSS DB2, then it will be having different compilers. So for each and everything, you will be having different compilers. So you have to select that. Processor group is nothing but you have to select compiler. If you know, you just mention the compiler name over here. If you don't know, put star over here and hit enter. It will take you to the next screen where it will display all the processor groups, all the compiler names. For example, if you put star and hit enter, then it will tell you, okay, this is the proc name, this is the compiler name which I am using for batch with datacom. Okay, I want to use only for batch code, then use this naming, this processor group. If it is a COBOL DB2, COBOL CSS DB2, then this is so this basically will tell you different compilers, and select which one is the suitable one and add that one. It will not only take you that element to the Endeavor, it will also compile that, and it will show you if you have any errors, compilation errors. If nothing is there, then it will successfully move the element from your local library